Hi, I'm Bob Roberts, your MTAR Government Affairs Director, and this is your Government Affairs Update for the week of Thursday, August 11th. The August 2nd debt ceiling deadline was naturally a major date for us all to watch last week, but realtors have another major deadline to be focusing on right now, September 30th. That's the date when Congress has to have taken action on two major real estate-related issues, or else we as realtors lose out, big time. One of these issues is FHA and Fannie Mae Freddie Mac loan limits, which I'll discuss further in next week's update. The other issue is extending government backing for NFIP. The National Flood Insurance Program, or NFIP, is a government-backed insurance alternative for, you guessed it, flood insurance. Most private market flood insurance options are just too costly for the average consumer to reasonably afford, so NFIP is the only real option for the vast majority of potential homebuyers who need flood coverage in order to obtain a home loan. NFIP was established in 1968 and is currently administered by FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Though the bulk of NFIP's revenues come from payments on insurance policies rather than the federal budget, Congress still has to commit to supporting the program periodically, and that's where the trouble begins for realtors. Due to political gamesmanship on both sides of the aisle, NFIP has become a smaller but more frequent version of the same drama we watched play out over the last few weeks with the nation's debt ceiling. Lawmakers will clamor for changes to NFIP and play chicken with the deadline for renewing government backing to the program. This recently has led to several short-term, stopgap renewals in the 11th hour, or sometimes even after the deadline, allowing the program to temporarily lapse. Just how often does this happen, you might ask? Well, since September 2008, that's only 3 years ago, by the way, Congress has had to approve 9 extensions of NFIP backing, and 5 of those times the program lapsed. When the program expired in June of 2010, NAR data found that 47,000 home sales were delayed or canceled because the buyer didn't have access to affordable flood insurance. Economists estimate that for every day that NFIP isn't covered during a lapse, 1,332 home sales are lost or put at risk. That's a lot of hard work by realtors that's going to waste, and a lot of consumers' money which could be feeding and driving the economy but isn't, all because our lawmakers can't or won't agree on extending an essential program. And this could all happen again on October 1st if we don't have a renewal passed by the September 30th expiration. So, what is RPAC doing about this, and what can you do? Well, NAR has been working tirelessly in Washington to help get a long-term NFIP reauthorization passed. On July 12th, the House of Representatives, in a landslide bipartisan vote, passed H.R. 1309, a 5-year extension of NFIP. That's a big win for us, but the battle is only half won. Now it goes to the Senate for discussion and voting, and though the deadline is still 7 weeks away, the Senate won't be in session for the next 4 weeks. They're back here in Tennessee on what they call their district work session. That leaves only 3 weeks and some change between when the Senate reconvenes on September 7th and the all-important September 30th deadline. In congressional terms, that's almost no time at all. You can help by contacting your senators right now. The whole purpose of a district work session is to put your lawmakers back in your area so that you can talk to them directly before they go back to Washington, and so that they can study and take the pulse of their voters. While they're here and asking for your input, this is your opportunity to tell them that you, as a real estate professional, don't want your deals messed up because of a lack of available flood insurance. Impress upon Senators Corker and Alexander, both of whom have been realtor allies in the past, that one of their first priorities upon returning to D.C. needs to be to quickly renew NFIP and help stabilize the housing market. Your voice matters, and contacting your senators is easy. If you go to RealtorActionCenter.com, NAR has set up a call for action on NFIP, which allows you to send a letter to both senators with only 2 clicks of your mouse. Also, you can get information on both senators' district offices on their websites, corker.senate.gov and alexander.senate.gov, respectively. There you can find the phone numbers and addresses for both senators' offices in Nashville and Chattanooga, as well as other locations across the state, so that you can call or drop by to speak your mind. If you have any questions regarding this or other government affairs issues, visit RealtorActionCenter.com or email me at bob@mtar.org. Be a part of the voice of real estate. See you next week.